Yeah. Well, then they already exist. But I mean, if she's gonna write a romance novel, just write a romance novel and leave the vampires out.
Have you heard about her new book about mermaids she's apparently writing?
Jesus Christ.
She's gonna have cannibalistic mermaids that eat humans. That's not cannibalistic. The mermaids are mermaids, the humans are humans.
Yeah, cannibalism means you eat your own kind, not something else.
And it's another sort of romance story, apparently.
Of course.
Of course, because every book is.
Yeah.
Where would the world be if we didn't have Twilight and all the other crappy romance stories that she's wrote?
It'd be a lot more peaceful.
Yeah.
And God, here's the thing about Stephanie Meyer. She's a diva, okay?
Oh.
I can't stand her. When Midnight Sun, her 5th book, was going to be got leaked, right? She's like, oh, okay, I can't write it now. All right, you have an army of fans. She literally has an army. She is developing, minions, basically.
Big joke on Twilight Sex about that, don't worry.
Yeah. They're gonna buy it even if it is leaked. And second, I don't think she gets, what leaking a few chapters of a book does for your book.
It gives people publicity.
Yes, and makes it even more interesting. It makes people want to buy it to see how it ends. Of course, Midnight Sun is not an original idea. It's just the first book regurgitated in Edward's point of view, so I think it's a rip-off anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just a way of lengthening the series so she can make the money.
Yeah, exactly. It's
just like, I think it'd just be like 300 pages of him being like, man, I really wonder what sex is like.
Oh, by the way, have you seen that clip in the movie where she's in the cafe and it goes, oh, here you go, Stephanie, and they hand her a copy when she's on a laptop?
Yep. She was writing Breaking Dawn.
Sorry, that's how not to do a cameo.
Yeah.
Even the cameos by Stan Lee in the Spider-Man movies.
That's what I'm going to say, yeah. Stan Lee has the best cameos ever.
My favorite one was in Iron Man when Tony Stark was going into the ball and he pats, Stan Lee's shoulder and he goes, "How you what's his name? Oh God, Playboy."
Tony.
No.
Hugh.
Yeah. Yeah. How's it going, Mr. Hefner? And Stanley turns around. I thought that was hilarious.
Hey,
but then again, Stan Lee's a god, okay?
Oh, Stan Lee's amazing. Stan Lee, like, his best, part of the movie was when Mallrats, if you guys have seen it.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Weirdy?
I'm not sure. Probably have.
Jay and Silent Bob, I think. Is it Jay and Silent Bob?
They're in it, but they're not the main characters.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I think I've seen that, actually.
Yeah, it's funny because he's just, telling this comic book guy, comic books are one thing, but don't give it the woman you love. Then he goes to his friend and is like, yeah, you really have to check your friend out. He seems to have an obsession with superhuman genitals.
Oh, my God.
Such a cool movie.
Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, she did her own cameo in her movie, and she was actually writing Breaking Dawn, and she went into the editors, and she was like, oh, blur out my screen, people might read it. Are you kidding? You're on screen for 5 seconds.
Oh my God.
She was writing the book in the movie?
Yep. And
do you want to know what...
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you want to know what's really sad? I don't think J.K. Rowling's done any appearances or cameos in the Harry Potter movies.
Nope. Not a single one.
This is why I respect J.K. Rowling so much more than Smire.
Oh God, yes. And, when Stephen King came out and compared the two, I was like, yes!
Yes!
God, Stephen King is such, he's Stephen King. He's the Alfred Hitchcock of the literary world.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing about, because, I saw Nutty Madam's video on it. Oh god.
Oh dear gosh. Best bit is when she insults his nose.
Yeah, and then she goes, oh no. Yeah, she insults his nose, and she's like, oh no, can't do that, I can't. Like, dude, you're already saying, F off because of your opinion, and you can't make fun of his nose? Look, if you're gonna do an ownage video, own him. I mean...
Which he did not do.
No, she didn't. She didn't even come close.
She owned herself.
Yeah, she really did. She owns herself in every single one of her videos that she posts.
She said she's going to stop making Twilight videos now.
Really?
She's going to cut it down a bit. She's going to cut it down so it's more her actual self. So.
Yeah.
She even posed for YouTube poops in one video.
Really?
Yes, there's a one where she's wearing a face mask and she's like, I know you people are probably going to make a video of me.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, I'm like, you are an idiot, you know that.
Yeah, you know what?
I hate that she's British.
I know.
Why is she British?
I'm sorry, Weirdy.
She's English, I'm Welsh. I have sheep. My sheep will protect me from her.
Yay! And they're soft, cushy, good. And that's another thing that really pissed me off was the biblical references. That's another. That's another piece of evidence that she's basing the Cullens on the perfect Mormon family is the biblical references in the book.
The first bit, what's it called? Just before normally you read a story. Forgot what it's called.
The prologue.
What do you call
I
it?
think.
The little saying from the Bible. Yeah, like it was a
says
book.
temptation and
Yeah. See, she goes out of her way to try and imply that Edward and Bella's relationship is forbidden. She ignores the fact, however, that everyone accepts it immediately. Like the entire family just accepts her into their life. Her father was the only one who really kind of had like a bad, but it wasn't because he was a vampire, it was because, he was a strange guy and emotionally abusive, and he didn't want her around his daughter. But that's no one goes out of their way to try and say this is not a very good idea. She might expose us. This, you have to be careful. No one says that. No one.
no.
And and the lion and the lamb line, that made my eyes burn.
I bleach.
I can't even repeat it. It is so terrible. I have never, ever seen the misuse, a misuse of symbolism this badly ever. And I read fucking Lord of the Flies. I've never seen misuse of symbolism like this.
I watched the film.
Yeah, the book was terrible. The book was so confusing, but that's neither here nor there. Different story. I don't hate it as much as I hate this.
I find Twilight and Twilight is filled with purple prose, I believe. Yes.
Yes, it's purple prose. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And I don't mind. Here's the thing about me, because she writes what I call pretty characters. Pretty characters are someone who are beyond the norm of looks, or they're taking. You kind of step back and admire them. That's fine. I have no problem with unique, pretty characters. But to hear it every single page, to get every detail and every crevice of this character pushed into your face, every, few paragraphs is annoying, and it's boring, and it makes your eyes bleed after a while. And
There's, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's also two other problems I have with the books. She describes rooms to a ridiculous extent.
Yeah.
She there's a mirror room, and she says, what else is in the mirror room? There is a black stereo, and a table, and it's like, why? Okay, all I need to know is there is a mirror room.
Okay, I actually don't have a problem with that as much, simply because like the only problem I have with that is if you're going to be analytical about something, if you're going to describe something in big detail, you have to have a flow. Because that's
no
what
flow.
yeah, there's no flow whatsoever. It's choppy. It's
Yes.
it's sloppy. It's
That's the problem I've got with it. Is
it's
because she
sloppy.
describes it in such a weird way.
Yeah, I in the book I'm writing, my main character, is very analytical. She takes details of everything. But if I'm going to do that, I need to have some kind of flow, because if not, it sounds terrible. Which is exactly what Esmire does. She describes the hell out of something with no style or flow to her writing, and it pisses me off to no end. It
It's
irritates.
so boring to read.
Yes.